Hello, everyone. My name is Jorge Diaz, and I'm president and founder of Larry Jacob Internet Marketing, and I'm now bringing you part 2 of an interview I started with Kyle Levitt a couple weeks ago. We were introducing CustomerHub now that it's been purchased back by their company. Welcome, Kyle.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be back for round number 2.
Great. Now, when in part 1 of this one, what we did is, we talked about the history of CustomerHub. It was purchased from Infusionsoft. You guys have bought it back. If you really are interested in that information, and by the way, it's really good, and kind of the positioning of CustomerHub, refer back to that one. When we publish this interview, I'll make sure that the link to the previous recording is on there as well. But what I really want to do is go into the demo so that Kyle can walk through what they've done to the product. I know they've done some great revamps. I won't kind of, give too much away here, Kyle. But we're really interested in showing you how it works, how you can use it, and what are the improvements that you guys have done to it.
Awesome. Well, thanks. I'm excited to do that. Can you see my screen here, George? I
can see you. I can't see your screen.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Well, let me go ahead and share my screen here with you. And then I can show you.
Okay, there you go. I can see your growth.
Show you what we got. So this is, we're looking at a login screen. And what we're going to do here first, George, is we're going to log into CustomerHub as though we were a user of CustomerHub, meaning I signed up for a CustomerHub account and created my membership site on CustomerHub. And what we're going to go through first is here what my members would experience using CustomerHub to give people an idea of what the platform.
Okay, so I give them this URL there that you have at the top, skizzles.customerhubtest.com. And that's where my customers go to consume my course.
Correct. So every CustomerHub app comes with a unique URL. We'll be rolling out custom domains soon, so you'll actually be able to personalize this URL if you want it to match your website URL exactly. But right now, we just give you a quick and dirty URL out of the box that you can send people to.
Right. So like mine is larryjacob.customerhub.net. And so this is what theirs is.
Exactly. Yep.
Cool.
So we're going to be looking at one of our new themes. When we took CustomerHub over, we knew that priority number 1 was to make CustomerHub sites mobile friendly. And so we've been working on a handful of new themes, and this is something that we are rolling out to our customers actually right now. Over the next week or so, we've been rolling this out slowly. So some of our members don't have, or our users don't have it yet, but this is one of our new themes, Grow. And one of the nice things about CustomerHub is that it comes pre-built with a bunch of membership pages and components that you need. So we're looking at the login page here. You can see that this is all mobile friendly. If I, expand my screen down, all of these pages here come out of the box with CustomerHub. They're all mobile friendly with these new themes. So you get a login page out of the box. A page where you can send people to register for a free account out of the box.
Okay, so that's like the registration page. You give them a link, and then they can get access through that form.
And you can turn this particular page off if you don't want that hyperlink to show up on the login page. And then obviously the forgot password pages and everything else that an end user might need in a membership site scenario. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here. And I've logged into the membership site, and I'm greeted here with just a basic welcome page. Again, this is all kind of templated for the Grow theme. Basic example that we're going to show here today for demonstration purposes. Now, one of the things I want to mention about CustomerHub that we touched on briefly last week is that it includes multimedia hosting and streaming as a part of the regular subscription. So you don't have to go out and sign up for another video hosting or streaming service. You can do all that within CustomerHub. And so I can upload my videos, as you see here on the screen here, pop them right into a page, and it's kind of all turnkey and ready to go.
Cool.
And so I'm going to go to this courses page next. And this is just a basic course listing page where I can throw in my, my courses, quick photo, title, description, and there's some links to those particular course pages. And one of the things that I'm not showing here on this page that's really easy to do with CustomerHub is create what's called a teaser. And so, for example, if I wanted to lock access to some of these courses based off of the fact that someone hadn't purchased them yet, I could do that. And instead of seeing the link to go to the course, they would see a little lockbox and maybe a link to go purchase the course.
Okay, so instead of let's do that, it could be a learn more or something.
Yep, learn more or buy now, for example.
Gotcha.
Yep. And then I'm going to go ahead and click through to a example of a course.
So this Grow Fast course could have been one of the ones listed on the previous page you were showing.
Correct. Yep. So again, we just got some basic modules here as a part of this course. This particular template is for three different modules. And another thing that you can do with CustomerHub is you can drip content out sequentially, and some people refer that as sequential content delivery. So if I wanted the course introduction in module 1 to show up on day 1 of the course, I could make that happen, and I could have module 2 and 3 be available a week or 2 weeks from today, whatever schedule I'd like to drip those out based off of how my course works.
Okay, so it's based on durations from when you started, right?
It can be based on duration. It can also be based off of the completion of a previous module. So when someone clicks in here to module 1 and they go through and complete module 1, then that completion of module 1 can unlock module 2. That's pretty easy to configure in CustomerHub as well.
Okay, so let me ask you, what is it that defines complete of a module?
Well, that really depends on you as an administrator of the course. If you want it to be them clicking a button and having that button tag them in Infusionsoft or Keep, that would be the action.
So you could put like a I'm done button, and then that opens up the next one.
Yep. You can also do things like we have some people who are administering quizzes, like in using Google Forms, which is pretty easy to do. You can have those quizzes apply Infusionsoft or Keep tags, and that would be another way to complete a course.
Okay, so I can develop these gates, so to say, and those are the ones that open up the next level.
Yep, and that's all going to be based off of the tags that get applied in Infusionsoft or Keep, depending on what I want to be keying off of.
Now, just curious, now this is the gearhead in me, is the application of the tag like automatic, where if I apply a tag, it automatically opens up the next thing?
Yep, you can have that done in CustomerHub. It's with not to get too geeky, but there's a feature in CustomerHub called an action link. And those action links can apply Infusionsoft tags or permissions in CustomerHub immediately and automatically, so that I don't have to wait or log out and come back in the next day as a member.
Nice. Not because I've ever had to do that before.
No, of course not. Okay, so I think you kind of get the idea of what the experience can be like as a member. One of the last things I want to showcase here, and this is one of the really neat and unique features about CustomerHub, is there's these pages that are built into the application by default that allow your customers or members to manage their accounts. And this is actually the reason why we initially built CustomerHub back in the early days, was because we had people asking us for like a center for their customers to log into to make payments and update their billing information and so forth. So as CustomerHub evolved, all of that functionality remained and is obviously a perfect fit for members and people running membership sites as well. So if I had as a member, if I had a payment that was due, I could log in here, go to my account, click on invoices, and you can see here that I've got an invoice due for a one-time payment of $299. I could come in, I could click Pay Now, and I could go ahead and process that automatically and immediately through CustomerHub. The nice thing is when this happens, it applies all of the payments and shows up all of, it adds all of the appropriate information into Infusionsoft automatically.
So if I pay, it will automatically update things so I can get in if I was locked out.
Yep. I can add a new credit card here. I can do all the things that I need to do as a member to keep my account up to date. And then that offloads a bunch of customer service from you as a membership site owner.
Nice.
So, that's an example of what an experience might be like for an actual member logging into CustomerHub. Do you have any questions or anything that maybe you think your people might have questions about before we move on to the next section here?
No, I mean, the layout seems kind of friendly. I guess you created those menus really based on what you wanted to show on them, but I could have had like a courses page that only showed Grow Fast and maybe another course if I wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. The navigation and everything that shows up here to the members really just depends on how I set up the navigation as an administrator of the site, and you have full flexibility around that.
Cool. So far, so good.
Perfect. All right, now I'm going to log out as a member, and I'm going to log in as an administrator. So as a CustomerHub administrator, you have obviously a different login. And what I'd like to do today is just show you how quick and easy it is to set up your CustomerHub site to get something like what we were just looking at. There's really 4 steps to it. And when you first sign up for an account, you'll be greeted with this getting started process that you see here up top. And so the steps are basically you choose a theme that you want. You set up a permission group if you want or need one. Create your pages and content, and then you add your members to the site. And that's pretty much all that's entailed. It's all inclusive, and you can have a site up in a few hours or less, depending on how much content you have.
Cool.
So let's see. I'm going to go to the themes area. This screenshot here is a little wonky. We're in a test app, but this will give you a flavor of some of the new themes functionality that we've just recently rolled out. You can see there's a variety of themes here I can choose from. You can see which ones are mobile friendly, those are the new ones that we've developed, and some of the legacy ones are not mobile friendly. And so we're going to have a bunch of our users switching over to those new mobile themes now. And I can do some things here with my chosen theme. So I can preview the live version of my site, which is what we were just barely looking at as a logged in member. So I can preview what my members will see right from within my administrative interface. I can browse around. I can see what the site would look like with a different theme selected. If I was
now, by the way, was that feature on there like a week or so ago?
No, this is brand new.
Because I was playing around with it, and it was like, oh, what is this going to look like? And I had to actually get the theme, and then no, that's nice.
Yeah, so I can kind of preview, what my site might look like if I'm thinking about changing themes. I can kind of play around with what my content might look like using those different themes.
Cool.
And then a standard thing we've had in the past is the ability to preview the page through the lens of a certain member with a certain permission set.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I can come in here and apply, custom permissions if I wanted to the preview view.
Yeah, so you don't have to kind of create some test accounts, just to see what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. So that simplifies that process. Now, one of the new things that we've added is the ability to make changes to your theme without changing what your members are seeing. So Legacy Customer Hub, when I made a change to my theme, I was actually making changes to the site in real time. So that wasn't very convenient, as you can imagine, if I wanted to make changes to the way things looked, and I already have an operational membership site with people logging in. So instead of that, now there's a new draft version of my live theme, and I can go into that draft version by hitting edit here. I can make changes to all the colors. I can customize the style sheets. I can add JavaScript, change my logo, do all the stuff I need to do here. And I can then preview that draft version of the site as well. So you see on the drop down here, I've got a grow live and a grow draft. So for the theme that is currently set as my actual theme, I'll have those two different versions that I can preview. And then as soon as I'm ready to publish the draft changes, I'll just click on this publish button right here. I can say okay here to make those live. And then when I've got all my edits and changes done and they're looking great and I'm ready to publish those, I can click that publish button and then they'll be published, and I can be sure that my members won't experience any, any issues in the way things show up.
Cool.
So this is some of the new themes functionality that we've rolled out with our mobile optimized themes, and the new themes that we've rolled out as a part of that. Now, getting back to making my site live, the next thing I'll want to do is go and set up a member group. And this is really just a permission level.
So walk me through this, because even as a membership site builder, I'm not totally sure what this is. So is this like a package of membership levels maybe, or is it the different membership levels themselves?
Yeah, you can think of membership group as a membership level. And in fact, we're going to be changing the name of this because the naming is a little bit confusing.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure I needed a group.
Yeah. And you can set custom permissions on different pages or elements of your site.
So just based on tagging then?
Yeah, it's based on tagging. And whereas if you set up a member group or permission level, you can do that once, and then that'll be readily available for you wherever you apply it. If you come in and make changes to the permission level or group, that'll propagate across all the places where you have that selected in the site.
Gotcha. So just so that I kind of get it straight, I'm coming from the Memberium world. So you have membership levels, but I can also use like tags to control certain things. And it's kind of the same idea. The membership level is this group, and then I can still use tags to do, onesie twosies, or maybe to drip stuff, although you have drip built into it.
Yep, that's absolutely right. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
So I'll just create one here called the Grow Course Membership. And you can see this will automatically create a new tag in Infusionsoft. Okay. Unless I want to specify an existing tag that this will look at.
Okay.
And I'm just going to make this a green color here.
Is that just for internal?
Yeah, that's just for internal, so that when I'm looking at my content on the pages, I can have a quick visual cue about what membership level each page is set to.
So anything green is associated with this group?
Yep. So that's done. From that point, I will go create pages, which I've already done here for this demo site. But here's the Grow Fast page that we were looking at. I'll just remind you of that one. So this page right here is the one we're going to go edit. And
so this one has the overview and then 3 modules.
Correct. Yep. And if I click on this permissions tab here, and I specify that only want certain members to have access, you'll see the Grow Course membership that we just created shows up now in this drop-down. I can select it.
So any group I've created is going to show up in that
correct.
For me to
Yep. And that's one of the reasons why you want to do that, is it just makes it a lot easier and faster to make those changes.
Yeah, so in my head, I'm thinking groups. I'm not thinking which tag is it.
Correct. Exactly. Because you might have like 5 different tags in Infusionsoft or Keep that are associated with one membership level or membership group. And so it just makes it easier to manage all of that if you're using the membership group functionality.
Makes sense.
And you can now see that little G shows up here for the Grow Course membership next to the Grow Fast page, signifying to me that that's a part of that membership group or membership level.
Oh, the rest of those, because they say public, anybody with that URL can go right to that page.
Any member. And
okay.
That's another terminology change that we're making here, is we're changing the word public to all members so that it's more clear about what that actually means. No one will actually get access to any part of the site unless they have a login.
Okay, so that means any login.
Yep, any login. Yep.
Okay.
And then, if I want to change the navigation structure of my site, I can just drag and drop the pages. So if I move the location of this Grow Fast page and just drag that up here, you'll see when I refresh, that I'm no longer able to see that because I set a membership permission to it,
and you're not logged in as that person.
So now I can choose to preview the site as.
Okay, so previously you were logged in as an any member.
Correct. Yep. Correct. I was previewing the site as an any member. That's right. So you can see now I've applied that tag in the
preview
permissions here on preview. I can see that content now, and the location of the tab has moved based off of the order of the pages.
So click on that little triangle next to Grow Fast. So that means that there is in the menu structure, module 1 is like underneath Grow Fast, right?
Correct. Yeah, correct. Right here. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's as easy as it is to create pages and content within the site. There is a little teeny bit of clunkiness right now on the administration side of CustomerHub, which we fully acknowledge. But it's pretty easy still. I mean, if you can use a word editor, you can create content here in CustomerHub. And that's how you do it right now. We've kind of oriented it toward basic users, and we'll be moving toward a drag and drop interface in the future. But it's pretty easy to use. I can come in here, I can upload images, audio, video, files to download right within the creation interface here. And when I want to put that on a page, I can just merge that in. Let's say I want to center that particular download link. And now if I go back to the courses page, I'll see that added a button to that page, which is basically a download link for that file.
So the idea is I'm dragging over something. If it's a video, it shows up and I can view it like the one on the page. But when I go over a PDF, or in this case, a PNG file, because I'm dragging it over to be downloaded, it shows up as a button.
Yep, exactly. Yep, it's automatic.
What if so which one did you drag over before? Was it a file?
Yeah, it was a file.
Okay, yep. So a file is intended not to be displayed as an image, but to be opened. So
correct. It's a download button, essentially, is what shows up for those files.
But if I had created an image, it would know, oh, this needs to show up.
Correct. Yep, exactly. So if I go over here and I put in an image here, let's just put this in. I can obviously resize those and do whatever I want with them. Let's center it, save, and go refresh the page. Boom, there's my image.
I get it. No, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. So my point in talking about the content editing experience and kind of the interface here, in terms of it being a little bit clunky feeling, is that we acknowledge that it is, yet it's still very functional, very easy to use. We're going to be updating all of that in the coming couple months. But what we've prioritized is the member experience and making that really nice.
No, right. And by the way, I'm glad that you're being very, upfront and transparent. But I mean, if I remember, my experience with CustomerHub and people, and no one was saying, oh, it's too hard to use. Most people were saying, yeah, but I can't use it on phones, the responsiveness,
Right.
so the experience, I'm glad you're prioritizing those, because that's where I think the problem was the product was lacking the most. I mean, as you update the back end so that it is easier to administer, I mean, I'm sure that'll be an improvement, but just responsiveness alone is huge.
Yeah, that's exactly the feedback that we've been hearing from our people as well. Is, make the pages responsive, make the content responsive, make it look pretty, and that's really what we've prioritized doing, is making all of that responsive and beautiful and ready to go right out of the box. So
yeah, and just from my experience, and again, those of you that are listening, I'm not like, I mean, we're becoming partners for CustomerHub, so I'm promoting this, but as a membership site builder, your content is the most valuable piece. People are not paying you because you've got this super looking, coat of paint for your site. They're kind of going, how does the membership environment not get in my way to get to this content that I purchased? So, it's your content is king. I mean, and that's, it's a cliche, but it's true.
Absolutely. And, we always coach people to simplify their sites, simplify the way they work, simplify the functionality, focus on the content. And if you deliver great content, people will pay for it. You'll have a great membership business, a profitable membership business, and you can easily build more functionality or add more stuff to it as you go. But start small, start simple, get a site up and off the ground quick and easy. If you're a newbie to a membership site, start light and keep it easy. Ship it. And then as you ship it and get it out of the hands of customers, they'll tell you what they want. And then you can add to it, improve, and scale up from there. And that's
right. And if the visuals does become an issue, or there's something restrictive about CustomerHub, you make it to the point where you outgrow it. But there's definitely a value to that, to that product, especially as you're starting off.
Absolutely. Now, for the people who are a little bit more technical, we do give full access to the CSS of a CustomerHub site. So you can really do anything with the look and feel of it that you want. Here's the style sheet. You can see you have access to all of the styles to make your site look however you want it to look. So, and it has a lot of power. It can do most everything that any other membership site platform can do. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely oriented out of the box to people who need to get started quick and easy, and just make the process as painless and cost affordable as possible.
Yeah, now that style sheet area would have been available before, but because the templates were limiting, there's only so much you could do with the style sheet.
Exactly.
So now the style sheets, sky's the limit, but you have a template that can be manipulated with the style sheets.
Exactly.
Really
yep. And they're mobile, they're all mobile responsive out of the box.
Very cool.
And then the last thing really is just adding people to your CustomerHub site. So I won't go into detail on this, but it's really just as simple as running a little HTTP post in a Keep or Infusionsoft campaign.
Let me just hijack you here as a non-CustomerHub guru. We come from Memberium. So I thought it was interesting that there were multiple ways to get people in there. You already showed at the beginning the registration button. So not only can it be accessible from that, next to the forgot password button, but I can send people to that page, and then people can self-register, right?
Correct. Yeah, you can. That's right.
So I don't need any campaign work. I don't need anything special in Infusionsoft. CustomerHub gives me everything in that case.
Yep. For just registering a free basic member, absolutely.
Right. Now, you were about to refer to one, which is the post, right?
Correct. So if I want to gate people's access to CustomerHub based off of them paying me some money or signing up for a paid subscription or something like that.
Or even filling out a website form that you felt like putting on your site.
Correct. Yep, correct. Then in those cases, you'll want to have your Infusionsoft campaign run an HTTP post to CustomerHub. That'll send their membership information over to me. they'll show up in my list of members here. I'll see what their Infusionsoft ID is and all the details on who they are. And at that point, they'll come in with, presumably a set of tags that I've tagged them within Infusionsoft and have access to whatever components of the site I've made available to them based off of those permissions.
Right. And usually what you would do is you'd send the HTTP post, and then you would follow that with a message that shows them their credential. Here's your email address and here's the password.
Yeah, correct. And we populate that information automatically back into Infusionsoft or Keep. And so if you haven't asked people for a password, we auto-generate one that's placed into that field and automatically can go out in the emails. And then obviously they can come into the site and update their password if they want to. We try to make that process just as seamless and touch-free as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a programmer and I've played around with HTTP posts. So for me, it's easy. But for most people, it's like, oh my God, it's, and frankly, all you need to do is mess up like one character in the string.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Yeah.
Now, for people that use Infusionsoft by Keep, there's actually a campaign that we have up on the Infusionsoft marketplace that includes a CustomerHub icon built into it.
I saw that. That was interesting.
That just allows you to put your CustomerHub subdomain in there. In your case, it would be Larry Jacob, or in this test case, it would be Skizzles. And you just put that in there, save it, and then all the other technical garbage is hands-free. So
it was interesting. I saw in your instructions, here's the campaigns. You go to the marketplace, you download them in there, and then it says just copy and paste over the sequence and then inherit that, because you can't drag it over from the campaign sidebar.
Correct. It used to be available in the campaign sidebar when it was owned by Infusionsoft, and then when we purchased it, they moved it out of there, but they allowed us to keep a campaign up on the marketplace with that in there to make it easy for people to download.
Yeah, I thought that was nice. And, for those people that are a little HTTP post shy, and I can understand why, it's kind of nice to be able to just copy and paste that sequence over, and then boom, there it is.
Yep.
Very cool.
So that's pretty much all you need to do. It's those 4 simple steps to get a CustomerHub site up and operational. It's easy, fast. It's integrated with Infusionsoft and Keep extremely tightly. We talked about the cost a little bit in our last call. $79 a month is our standard pricing, and that includes as many members as you want to register, as much content, video, audio, file downloads that you want to upload into CustomerHub. It includes all the functionality that we've seen here, and all the new mobile optimized themes right out of the box as well.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, Kyle. So now that you're talking about pricing, you had mentioned that you were going to offer a discount. So why don't you tell people about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to offer everyone who's watching this a special deal. We just purchased CustomerHub back from Infusionsoft a few months ago. We're in the process of getting the product revamped and improved, and we have a bright vision for the future. And so I wanted to offer a special to everyone who's here today, who's interested and wants to get a quick and easy membership site up that looks great. So we're calling this our Larry Jacob special.
Good.
And I've included a URL here. Now, if you go to our website, CustomerHub.com, and click anywhere on the sign up or free trial buttons, that'll take you to our regular sign up page. That's this link that's in white. That's our regular sign up page. If you just add a hash or a / Larry Jacob onto the end of that, you'll see a little green pop-up in the box, and I can show you what that looks like. But that'll apply a 25% off subscription, the regular subscription rate for life. So the subscription price would come down from $79 to $59. And we're doing this sort of as a, hey, like, we're still making improvements to CustomerHub. It's great, but consider this like a product where we're a caterpillar in a cocoon right now, and we're blossoming into a beautiful butterfly, and we want to give you a little gold nugget in the process just to thank you for jumping back on the ship with us over here at CustomerHub.
So what's the fast start template package?
Yeah, so I showed everyone some pages today. There was a welcome page, a course page, like a course listing page, a course page with modules on it, and then an actual module page. So those 5 pages are pages that I created to show for demonstration purposes today.
Oh, gotcha.
They were all done like no code, low tech. I created them in a way that my mom could go in and update them. So
your mom's not like a computer scientist, right?
Exactly. So I wanted to include those 5 pages as a template package for anyone who takes advantage of the special offer as well. And so we have the ability to push content into people's CustomerHub sites. And for anyone who uses this link when they sign up, we will go in and make those available to anyone and everyone by the end of the month.
Cool.
They've used this promotion code.
Well,
that just kind of gives them like a nice foundation to start with, rather than having to create everything from scratch.
Okay, well, very good. So I'll make sure that, I mean, you already kind of, displayed this, but I'll make sure that when we publish this, we'll include that link. And yeah, if anybody wants to take advantage of that, instead of $79, you're paying $59, and then you get the templates too.
Absolutely. Now we are, that special offer does expire at the end of the month. So just wanted to make sure people are aware of that, and that gives them, still a few weeks. The trial offer is still good. So, people can take advantage of this offer without paying anything. They just sign up for the free trial using this link. They can go around and play with it, get it all set up. And then if they stick with it past the 14-day free trial, then that's when we start processing the monthly subscription fee.
Cool. So Larry Jacob will be around after the 31st, but the special will not.
Correct. That's right.
Cool. Well, hey, Kyle, thank you so much for sharing this with you. I'll make sure to promote that, especially among the partners. And yeah, thank you for sharing all this with us.
Oh, you're welcome. It was my pleasure, and we're excited to be sharing some of the new exciting things, and just appreciate you having me on again today, George. It was a pleasure.
You got it, man. Thank you.
All right, take care now.